All right, we are now live with the Windy City Pillow Talk podcast. I have three lovely ladies with me tonight. We were going to be joined by one more, but unfortunately Heidi could not make it. So I have Sybil, Lauren, and Casey with me. And I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves, tell us what team you're playing with this Friday, and then if it is an availables team, go ahead and tell me what your established team is. So Casey, let's start with you.
I'm Casey, and I play for Sims.
All right. And Lauren?
I'm Lauren, and I play for Wildfire.
Awesome. And finally, Sybil.
Hi, I'm Sybil. This weekend I'm playing with Stay Puffed, but my established team is Lanya.
Excellent. And I'm Macy. My established team is Regifted, and I am also playing with Stay Puffed this weekend. All right, ladies, before we get real deep into the nitty-gritty of kickball and what's going to be happening this weekend, I'm interested to let everybody who's watching know something interesting about you. So if you could give me a little fun fact about yourself. Lauren, I'm going to start with you.
Fun fact, I love fly fishing. Right? Freshwater, saltwater, traveled to different places, Bahamas, Mexico. That's what I do when I'm not playing kickball. One of the things.
It's really cool. That's badass hobby. Casey, what about you?
I'm into horror movies so much that I started just one day after a marathon of Saw to go buy a bunch of special effects and have been basically bloodying up my friends ever since.
I can speak that it is really impressive work. Super cool. Sybil.
Okay, so that's really cool. I'm very scared of all horror movies, but I'm very into costuming and effects, so I would also like to see your stuff. So my fun fact is that I can eat with my feet. So I can like twirl a fork, like eat spaghetti with my feet. And it's a really inspirational story about a girl who was born with no arms, and she could like drive and eat. And we were 16 and like high on sour Skittles and spent all night learning how to eat with our feet. So I'm very proficient at it now.
I am sure everyone is going to ask you to prove that when there's an opportunity. That's really awesome. Very cool. My fun fact was just going to be that I can dilate my pupils on command, and my 9th grade biology teacher told me that I'm like the only person in the world who could do that. So anyway. Okay, ladies, let's talk about playing on Friday, and I'm interested to know, this is going to be the second time that Kickball 365 has put out a Friday women's tournament, which means a couple of things. One, maybe there's an opportunity for a longer weekend to have Sunday to yourselves, either for traveling or sightseeing. And two, that we are reversing the order and playing women's first, followed by co-ed. And I want to know what you think about it, pros, cons, your preference, and if it changes your approach to playing co-ed at all. Sybil, let's start with you.
So my first shameless plug for working for KVS Apparel is that I'm very fortunate to work from home. I worked in a law firm for about 2 years, and being able to take off, a Thursday and a Friday to make tournaments, would have never been able to work with that job. So I can see that being a con for a lot of people, but for me, I'm very able to work remotely wherever. So I see kind of both sides with that. I think the biggest pro is that we actually get to have a true Sunday fun day. Sunday is my favorite day of the week to day drink and to party and to have a good time. And I'm unfortunately not doing the rooftop game on Sunday, but I think we're going to go to the botanical gardens and kind of like see the sights and enjoy like a true chill Sunday and have mimosas. And it'll be really nice to kind of get that chip off your shoulder and be able to really enjoy yourself. Cons, of course, would be that those who are affected work-wise, but also the people who play on Sunday and have to immediately get back to work. It's kind of like the entire day is wasted, and I know a lot of people can't make the after bars because they got to hop on a plane or get really early flight in the morning.
Cool. Those are great. Casey, anything to add on to that?
I'm never a fan of the Friday event for women's, or I always prefer to have it after, just because your body gets so beaten up. And you don't do it necessarily as much in co-ed. So I just like doing co-ed first, followed by women's, where I'm going to throw myself around a little bit more. But that's a preference for me. So in terms of going out, I don't generally go out too much at tournaments anyway. So
Any positives for you?
I mean, I guess the only positive is you kind of start the day a little more fresh because you didn't play the day before. But outside of that, I think it's mostly negatives for me.
Okay. And Lauren?
Pretty much echo the same things. Like going in fresh will be nice to not have spent a whole day in the sun the day before. But then cons on the other side of that, like injuries, like a lot of your girls for co-ed, like women's and injury. I mean, I did Portland last year and played on Friday and got hurt. I still played both days, but it's still like one of those things where you're going hard on women's day, co-ed. I mean, obviously still going hard, but you're so definitely pros and cons. But
yeah, I hear a lot of what you guys are saying. I think it's an exciting opportunity, in my opinion, to be able to kind of what Casey said, like play fresh. It's something we're not used to doing. But I know a lot of women are also like, that's part of how we roll out on Sundays. You've already been beaten up. You've done it. It's just part of what we do. But I'm interested to see Chicago. So I think it's a cool place to allow us to explore this weekend. And I think that we can kind of see how everyone feels afterwards, and maybe it'll be a hit or miss for Kickball 365. And speaking of Chicago, this is a first-time city for the circuit schedule. And if you've taken notice of any women's teams who are traveling often, or who you've noticed in the past who have traveled and aren't traveling now, maybe to highlight some teams that you know about, and talk a little bit about what you think motivates teams to travel and get to different destinations all across the country. Lauren, let's start with you.
So teams notice that aren't on the list, sorry, a little bit. Like we're not going to see Union there, which they've been to a number of tournaments, flying DJs. But we're seeing some new teams that, or not new, but teams that haven't come out, like Betty's. I don't think they've played yet this year, or Sins. So, and Wildfire. I mean, this is our second tournament, but I definitely, from experience, it's hard to get a group of people to commit to tournaments, especially when the dates honestly aren't like released in a timely manner sometimes. And then also getting people, like going back to the Friday tournament for women's, getting people to travel, like from Denver, you have to leave on Thursday. So you're almost taking part of the day off on Thursday too. So
yeah, no, that's great. Casey?
One of the teams I have noticed that is playing a lot is Shots Fired, which I think winning all the titles kind of makes your team want to go and just win some more. The Bettys did go, they played Houston, so they did get to come out, but I've also seen Lisa Frank's name on a lot of the or a lot of the cities. I know for us, it's been rough. We have 20 girls on our team right now, and everyone seems to be getting married right now. So we've lost half our teams to just weddings and bachelorette parties, which is why we finally are just now able to get out. And we're still, but a lot of people down because of another wedding. So,
yeah, Sybil.
I think roster size definitely comes into play here. With Lanyap, I think we started at like 10 or 12, so we're really small, and we're fortunate enough to be at 16 now. So it's really great. We had a couple transfers come in. We had a couple injuries. It's been like really give and take. But for us, as long as we can get those core positions filled and kind of have that spot and that leeway for people to play and take breaks and everything, we're trying to take advantage of as many tournaments as we can. For me, what personally motivates me are cities that I haven't been to. So I've never been to Portland. I'm looking so forward to it. I can't wait. I took an extra day on both sides so that I can hike and see the city and maybe see the breweries. And I'm really looking forward to it. So I think everybody probably travels for different reasons. And I think that's kind of what's so great about the sport is it aligns itself so that you have that extra time to kind of take advantage of the city and like see different places of the country you wouldn't have otherwise visited.
Totally. I think I'll just maybe mention that VJs have been traveling out of their minds this year. I think they've only missed, I think Chicago will be the second tournament that they're missing this year, which is really cool. And I know that they've gone light to a couple of tournaments. So I think that that's a question that a lot of teams come down to is, okay, what's the minimum that we're willing to travel with? You know, is 8 too few? Is 9 too few? What are you willing to do? I know with the new team, I echo a lot of what everyone's saying. We have weddings, we have commitments, we have dates that we have to do. So getting 11 plus girls to commit to a weekend, so far it's only been able to be one. So I totally get it. I know Sybil mentioned a couple of cities that she was really excited about. If you had the opportunity to choose cities and the dates that you would be in those cities, what would they be? Sybil, I'll let you add on to anything that you've mentioned.
Sure. So, scrolling through where I listed it. So, in my mind, looking at ideal travel schedule based on all my interests, which are obviously the most important in this unique circumstance. I want Pico back. I love being in my home city. I think everybody really likes being in their home city. We're used to the amount of drinking. We're used to the salt from the tropics. I really think that we have like a home field advantage, which is great. And I really like. Sorry, that was me. I'd really like to be back in the city. Just kind of show people around and show everybody why New Orleans is awesome. I've never been to Nashville. I know that's been a really big really like to see that again. Orlando is where I'm from. We have a big lake house here, so the whole team is here for the house. Anywhere that's in the south, we're already acclimated to the heat and the humidity, so I think that's already an advantage that we have that I'd love to do.
Awesome. Those are great cities, and I like all your reasons behind them. Very cool. Lauren, what about you? Cities and times that you would like to see them on the schedule?
I mean, I'm always a fan of beach locations from Colorado. So I know that brings heat and stuff, but I definitely like the after stuff and going and seeing the beach. So I really enjoyed. I guess I went to the Tampa and West Palm, but definitely I liked San Diego last year. I mean, LA is cool too, but I think that's a cool city. Obviously, if we're going like really crazy, we could say like Hawaii or something, but I know no one would know. But I don't know. I mean, I've never been to Chicago, so I'm excited about that. I know that's kind of I'm excited to see like all the sights and everything. I'm echoing along with that I do pick cities that I haven't seen. Definitely Titans like as a team when we vote where I want to go. So
cool. Case?
I would love to see a Philly or Boston tournament instead of doing the multiple repeats that we've done. Any time of year. Just I think Philly and Boston would be really cool.
I love it. Yeah, I think I've been vocal about it elsewhere, but I'm dying to have a Kansas City tournament in the fall so I can go to a football game at the same time. That's where my family is from. It would be super, super cool to be there, and it would be a horrendous weather adjustment to try and go anywhere before the fall time, I think. So that wouldn't be so great. Okay, ladies, let's talk a little bit about this weekend. The pools that we have are just 2 of them. There's 11 teams total. We're looking at Pool A of Shots Fired, Colorado Wildfire, Stay Puft 2.0, Deep Destroyers, which, shout out, that's a really clever name. I like it. 99 Problems, and Maximum Velocity. So there will be like 1 won't play 6, 2 won't play 5, 3 won't play 4. And then in Pool B, everyone will play one another. We have Sins, Lisa Frank, Betty's, Crossover, and Let's Be Frank. Of those 11 teams, 8 will advance out of pool play. So if you just want to tell me the 3 that will not be making it out according to your predictions, love to hear it. Lauren, let's start with you.
Ooh, great. I would have to say, I guess looking at like just like based on rosters, I was looking at numbers like 99 Problems only has 9 players from what I could see, unless they're because I saw 1 coach. So definitely that's going to be pretty rough with the heat that we've been talking about. And then I would say maybe crossover and probably deep dish would be my other.
Okay. Any rosters that jumped out at you or teams you want to mention before we get further past those 8 picks?
I mean, obviously, Shots Fired's going to be there. They came out of Denver looking awesome. So excited to see them again. Sens, I'm excited to see them come out. Like they have a strong roster. And then, of course, your team, Stay Puffed. Like, definitely looking at that and seeing some good names on there, seeing some ladies that have played for other available teams that have won this year. So definitely looks like it'll be a solid team to pick up with.
Cool. Sybil, what about you? The 3 teams you don't have advancing, and then anything notable about any of them coming this weekend?
Sure. Okay, so I did it backwards. So I had to like really quickly retype out my list, but I didn't recognize any names on 99 Problems, which isn't on them. It's 100% on me and my lack of exposure to certain names. But I feel like I would have at least kind of heard of some people to have determined, that they might do a little bit a really short roster, which I normally find to be super advantageous, but we were discussing before we went live that the temperatures could climb up into like the 90s and like maybe even the early 100s, which would be crazy. So that might be a little bit difficult. A lot of girls getting like burned out in the heat. Let's be frank. One of my best friends is on the team. I really don't want to put them on the list, but I'm going to be really curious to see how they gel and how they kind of move as a team and how their momentum is. I think if they have really strong games right out the gate, I think it could. And I guess I might say Crossover. That was another team I didn't recognize a whole lot of names on, but I think Maximum Velocity has a lot to prove. Those girls are coming from Louisiana, and they're all very talented women. I know they didn't do very well in Houston, but I think they have a lot to prove, and I think they have a chip on their shoulder, and I think they might just be able to pull it out of Elam's. As far as notable teams go, Deep Destroyers, which is obviously like hands down the best team out there. I noticed there is a big mix and kind of like sexy vibe of like Bombshells and Pitch Intense and Unleashed and Beast Mode Barbies, Guns and Oil Union. It's kind of like a hodgepodge of really good talent, same as Stay Puft. We just have the advantage over them because we've already played together once. So I think we're gonna definitely see some good games out of them if they can get their rhythm and gel. Colorado Wildfire, I actually didn't know anything about your team, Lauren, but that's not on you. It's 100% on me. So I watched a lot of tape. And y'all are like amazing. So I think you're going to do really well. Really good pitching. I know Natalie is out with an ankle injury, but she was MVP last year. So that's going to be like a huge piece that you're going to have to make up for. But I think there's a lot of motivation to do well there. Shots Fired. We all know about Shots Fired. Sins, going to be really interested to see how y'all do without Macy. I'm sure at this point you've found a catcher that you trust and you're really excited to gel with, and that's great that you have such a large roster because you're going to be able to like swap your girls in and out and place them where you need to go. And y'all always play like super tight, and I've never seen a bad game come out of Sins. I've actually never beaten Sins, so. I think they're pretty good, and obviously Lisa Frank Kickball is always a really good contender as well. So I know they finished top 4 in Denver, so I think we'll see another really good performance out of them.
Great, I love your research. Wonderful. And Case.
Yeah, I did not put as much research into mine, but I would say not making it out. I have 99 Problems, Maximum Velocity, and Crossover are my 3. And the standout thing that I'm looking for is I'm interested to see the Danny Angela combo going on. I know Danny switched over to Lisa Frank, and I was lucky enough to play with Angela, and the girl's great. So I'm excited to kind of see them together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I also I have 99 Problems, Maximum Velocity, and Let's Be Frank not making it out. Maximum Velocity and 99 Problems, both a lot of talent there, but I know are going to play a numbers battle game. And let's be frank, I mean, by all means could be proven wrong. I think they just have a tough day of matchups ahead of them. Definitely looking forward to seeing the Bettys come back out. They were in Houston, and if Houston's been your only tournament this year, I mean, what an atrocious day of weather and conditions to face. So I think it'll be cool. I know Kelly will be back, one of their captains and catchers, who I think is a big piece and heart of their team. So interested to see how they do. Sins, obviously excited to see you guys come back out. And I know you have new pieces. And like Sybil said, you know, you're always a tough team to beat, and I've never been on the other side of it, so that'll be really cool. And then crossover, a lot of these girls, I noticed they're some 2015, I'm always going to butcher this team name, but Anna or Ane, I don't remember, but those girls are good. Like, that team was one of the toughest teams that we faced at CCC. So I'm not sleeping on that roster one bit. I think that they might come out and surprise some people.
I always remember that game.
Yeah, yep, that was they're talented. Okay, ladies, we've made it through a lot of kickball portions, so that means that it is time for the first round of Marry, Fuck, Kill. That means I'm going to show you 3 different guys, and you're going to pick one you'd like to marry, one you'd like to fuck, and one you'd like to kill. I try and do themes. So our first theme is going to be loudly retired kickball players. And so if you want to take a look at your options up here on the screen, your first choice is no other than Burke. Here he is. You guys can see this, right?
Yeah.
Bark like a dog.
Burke. Like I don't know, just bark, but with a U. Your next option is Joey. Here he is in a really nice outfit for you, otherwise known as the first baseman on Relax. And then finally, we have Greg Epstein, formerly of, I don't know, Sofa, Shockwave, Sick, Lights Out, however many teams. These guys all claim to be retired or have claimed to be retired at some point. So those are your 3 options. Casey, you are lucky number 1.
Oh, thanks for that. Can I just say I'm going to marry Jason Benoit? I'm going to.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. Sorry, Epstein. He's a friend of mine, but I have to kill him. Joey just seems like a drunken fun time, so we'll fuck Joey and then marry Burke.
All right. I like it. Came with assured responses. Lauren, you're up.
I don't even remember the 3 names. So we have Burke, Joey, and who?
Epstein.
Epstein.
Greg.
Which one was from Relax?
Joey.
Joey. I think I'm gonna have to kill Joey. I don't know.
All right.
Mary Burke and F. The other one, I don't remember his name.
That's Greg Epstein.
Okay.
Great. All right. It's gonna be memorable. I can tell already.
Yeah.
All
right, Sybil.
Okay, so I just want to go on the record and say that I've actually never played this game before. And when I got the tag, you know, in the Circuit Kickball Talk, John Canary, the first thing he messaged me was, "Are you ready for MFK?" And I was like, "Motherfucking kickball, yeah, I'm ready." So, I didn't know. There was a summer where we played it in KOCC, and someone without my consent took a photograph, like kind of like a scandalous photograph from my Facebook, and made me the poster child as one of the things. So I had to like let teammates do it to me. And so I've been on the other side of it, and I just feel it's important at this point to address how important consent is when engaging in sexual relations. Everyone have a safe and fun time. All right. I thought maybe Joey might have been marriage material. I do like a man who's good with his hands at first base. But the mullet won my heart. So I'm going to have to kill Joey. I'm going to marry Bert because he looks like a good time. He looks like he costumes and, you know, would be like a good husband, like really supportive, really like down for fun times. And then Greg is clearly into bondage. So I hope it's really awesome.
You're welcome, Epstein, for choosing that picture. Okay, I think I'm going to marry Epstein, actually. And I will kill Joey. And that just leaves Burke left. I think I had to choose Burke one other time and I killed him. So now we're even and we're sleeping together. All right. That is your first round. There will be another one in just a little bit. But before that, we're going to dive right back into the women's side of the game. And I'm interested to know some women's side catchers that you want to talk about. People that do and don't get noticed, why they're talented and why they stand out to you. And let's start with Lauren.
So someone I played with in Tampa, the Lisa Frank catcher, Angela, she was awesome. Like, she's super fast. I also think, I know we're saying catcher side, but she's great offensively too, which is a great combination to have someone that's fast on defense and offense. She made some great plays. She has an incredible chest pass. She can outrun the runner most of the time at first base. So she's great. And I'm also just going to have to give a little shout out to Kim Hunt from Wildfire. She's amazing. She's got a great spin throw. She's just a beast. She has a great up one play. She's fast and all around. But that's just a little Wildfire right there.
Yeah, both girls on my list too. Cool. Case?
I'm going to give the shout out to Shanley. I think the Betty's catcher, she's been gone this season traveling the world, and she's going to be back. But I think, you know, she is, I mean, there's a lot of great players on that team, but I think she's probably the best player on that team. She makes some lights out, crazy plays. So I definitely want to give her her props. I'm excited to see her back. And then I'll always go back and say Jackie as well from Sims. Just she's got a very good, strong lefty arm, and being a lefty catcher definitely has its perks. So, but also to add on with Angela, I played with her as well in Tampa, and that girl sat maybe 2 innings on the day and was still going at 110% by the last game, even when she looked like she was going to just pass out. She was not slowing down. So
nice. Yeah. Also, Jackie and Kelly, great women to highlight. Sybil.
So I wanted to note someone who won't be attending the tournament. I know that might be a little uncouth.
Really?
Cool. And I know I'm a little bit biased, but before we were even teammates, I think Lisa Newton is the most incredible catcher. She's also lights out on offense, and she's also like lights out as a human being. She's like very nice and very humble. I have like groveled at her feet, like in admiration of her talent. And she's like, no, we're equals. We're the same. I'm like, no, we're not, but okay. She's super sweet and super organized. She's, I mean, she throws things, and I'll be standing in the outfield or at first, and I'm like, oh, don't throw that. Like, you're not going to make that. And then she makes it with 2 or 3 feet to spare. It blows my mind. She's incredibly strong, incredibly fast, just all around fantastic athlete. I also put Rhonda on Shots Fired. I haven't actually seen them play in real life. I've only seen tapes. So I'm really looking forward. Well, actually, I'm not looking forward to playing them, but I am looking forward to seeing their talent and what they're bringing to the tournament. And of course, I couldn't not note Macy and Becca, who obviously are going to bring us to the championship. Both women are like very fast, very quick on their feet, make really incredibly difficult throws. And I mean, Becca like rough and tumbles, and I don't know how every single time, but it's really a sight to see, and I'm really very lucky to be playing with y'all.
Cool, thanks. Yeah, all those Lisa, Becca, who I think Rhonda, I'm actually going to mention someone. Heidi couldn't attend the podcast tonight, but she did really want to highlight somebody else, and that's Hisa Turner. She said that she played with her in Houston, and to kind of line up with some of what you guys had said, not only was making great plays and really coming out of her shell. I know she was formerly on high beams, but just had like a really positive attitude, performed really well, played great on offense. So Heidi did want to put her pick out there as well. Wanted to make sure I got that. And then I wanted to mention a couple girls. Retta on Unleashed. I mean, she can scoop that ball up and get you out so quick. It's always fun to battle against her. And also Prisa on All In. She actually just started learning catcher last year. She had talked to me a little bit about it, kind of made it seem like, you know, she was new to it and everything. And then I played against her. I was like, what? She's not new. Like, she was throwing everybody out all day. She's awesome. So it's really fun to see those plays. And I know that sometimes those home plays are really fun for everybody to get to see. Okay, ladies, we're down to the last 8 teams for the pools this weekend. So I want to know your final 4. And if you had any like matchups lined up that you think people might have that you want to mention, please do. So Sybil, let's start with you. Your final 4 teams for this weekend, and then go ahead and mention who you think the championship game will be between as well.
I'll go ahead and start with the latter part of the question. I really think it's going to come down to shots fired and Stay Puffed. And again, I'm like trying not to sound biased. I'm really just in awe with the pieces that are put together on this team. I mean, shots fired to me is going to be the toughest team to beat, and the team I'm fully expecting to give everyone really a run for their money. They've got Rhonda leading off. She's incredibly fast. Britt Bratt, Charger, she's a beast. Joy, she's a pitcher, she's a beast. Like, it's really hard to kick off of her. But I think that Stay Puft has the tools to win and to beat them and to come down to the finals. I actually was talking about this with Scott Ray, and he referred to April Kelly as a lucky charm. And I don't know if anyone has seen Deadpool 2, but there's a heroine in it who looks exactly like her, and her talent is being lucky. And I was like, oh, that is perfect, and that is 100% her superpower, and we're 100% going to win because we have April Kelly, obviously. Like, she's won it all year, so this is perfect. I think she's like a perfect piece to add to what was already an unestablished availables team last year. But I think Final 4, and really, of course, any of them could take it and be in that matchup. Sorry, I lost my place. To me, it's really a toss-up between LFK, Wildfire, and Deep Dish. I'm really thinking Deep Dish is going to be a little bit of a sleeper. I think everyone thinks that it's like a fun name and they're going to be like out there having a good time, which is probably true. But I think they're going to surprise some people. I think they've really got something good working. I think LFK is coming off of a really successful Denver trip, and I think they're going to be a top contender. And I think Wildfire has the pieces to make it happen. They have a great pitcher. They have a great gel and vibe together. I think it's going to be anybody's tournament at this point.
Cool. Great. I love it. Lauren.
So I'd go along with some of the same that Sybil said. Definitely shots fired. I think that they're a huge player. They're coming off of Denver, like was mentioned before. They're a strong squad, and they're always ready to win. And then I'm going to put Sins in there, too. I think that coming out their first tournament, they've always been great in the past and good offensively. And we'll see some good things from them. Then got to go with Stay Puft. And you guys just have a great roster. Got the lucky charm, April. I love April. She's awesome. And a lot of the other girls on your team. It's just a solid team. You guys have lots of depth, good squad. And then I'm going to have to go down the same thing you were saying. Like, Lisa Frank was really good in Denver, played on Avail's team, plays Wildfire, but they were looking strong, like with Danny and Angela. They have a great a great solid team. But Wildfire, I think we could still come out, and we're running with a pretty small squad, but we've been practicing some depth on our roster. We have great offensive game that we're bringing, so hopefully we'll be up from there. But really, it's hard for me to pick that fourth team.
All right, I like it. Who's your final two, Lauren?
Final two. I think I'm gonna go shots fired and stay puffed.
All right, I'll come back for your champion. Case, your final four.
My final four, I have shots fired, stay puffed, Sins, and Lisa Frank.
Any notable matchups or anything to get there?
I didn't even really think about that, to be honest with you.
Just wanted to give you the opportunity.
Yeah, no, I'm good. My final two, I have stay puffed and shots fired.
All right. My final four, I think I have similar to what you guys said. I have shots fired, stay puffed, deep dish, and Lisa Frank. I also did just see Lisa Frank in Denver, and I think the little that kept them out of that next level might be already taken care of by now, knowing their coaches and players and how often they practice. And then I too have stay puffed and shots fired facing off in the championship. Okay, ladies, before we go into our championship round, I have a game for us before we go into that second and final round of Mary Kill. But a lot of people, I think, know of Urban Dictionary and different terms and everything. And so I wanted to give everyone an opportunity to show the world what you know about the dictionary that might not be the one that everyone was used to using growing up. So I'm going to give you each a term and see what you know about it. And all I'm asking is for you to give some sort of guess. Try and avoid saying you don't know. And if you get it wrong, I will gladly and somewhat uncomfortably tell you what the correct answer is. All right. So, Casey, you're first. Your Urban Dictionary phrase is salty coins and milk.
Oh, God. Salty coins and milk. I'm hoping it's not some weird sex term. It is. Okay. Salty coins, all like as dirty as it is, almost like the pearl necklace thing. It's to me, oh God, like male ejaculate on a woman's breasts.
You know what? You are really close. Salty coins and milk, for those of you who might not have this in your everyday vocabulary, is the smell of fresh cum pouring out of your asshole.
Oh.
And Urban Dictionary does us the favor of using it in a sentence. So it says, I just love the smell of salty coins and milk.
In the morning. Yeah.
I'm impressed. That was amazing.
Yeah. All right. Lauren, you're up, and your phrase is hooking the G.
I mean, but like if we're going with sexual things, I mean, it seems like it has to have something to do with the G spot, right? I don't know, like finding it.
Girl, you're right on. Massaging and or fingering the G spot.
I'm not sure if that's a good thing that I knew.
Very good. And the sentence I thought was really interesting. It's actually a quote that was used, and it was, "Go suck up to Gronk. I'll be here hooking the G to Julian Edelman." A little Patriots reference for everybody out there. Hooking the G. All right, so you're up, and your phrase is seagull her.
Okay, so this is like sexy balderdash, right? Like that game where you like have the fake definition. You have to, yeah. Okay. Can you say seagull what?
Seagull her.
Seagull her. is that like a gangbang? Because like seagulls, like there's a lot of them and they flock. Like if you have a snack and like snack.
I love the visual.
Yeah, honestly, that would like you've convinced me. And if you would have written that definition, I would have gone for it. But you are way off.
Oh no, they were so close and I was so wrong.
That's okay. When you hear the definition, you might be glad you didn't know. It literally says when you whack off and come in your hand, then run up to a girl and slap them in the face with your salty hand and shout, "Seagull."
That's amazing.
Is it? He'd be dead. I would stab him.
Yeah. I was surprised as well. All right, we're going into our final round of MFK with that. And this is one I'm really excited about. So your 3 options, ladies, are as follows. You have Cleveland LeBron, Miami LeBron, and Justin Los Angeles LeBron. Cleveland, Miami, Los Angeles. And Sybil, you are lucky number 1.
I'm so glad. Okay, I was not prepared for this, but this is great. I was also nervous about playing this round because I have a diagnosed condition called prosopagnosia, and I can't recognize faces very well. So I was worried you were going to throw all these beautiful bachelors at me, and perhaps I had been acquainted, and then I would accidentally kill one, which would be so luckily I know very well who LeBron is. And this is easy. Cleveland is the armpit of America, so I'm going to kill him. Miami is fabulous, and I love SoFla, and I'm from here, and I'm here right now in Florida, so obviously I'm going to marry him, and we can have a beautiful Florida lifestyle together with tons of skinny palm trees. And then I'm going to fuck LA LeBron, because he's probably going to take me for sushi first, and LA has the best sushi, and that would be amazing. So sushi and sex sounds like a great date to me. Easy, done.
Well done. That was, if I didn't know any better, you would have pre-thought that out. That was excellent. Yeah. Lauren, hard act to follow, but you're up.
I know all of them. Anybody like LeBron James? Anyway, but I'm confused about if we went for the city aspect of how we would marry him. I'm thinking since he was just at Cleveland, he was at Miami first, and I'm guessing he was less of a asshole when he was just starting out. So I would say I would marry Miami LeBron. Then I guess kill LA LeBron, and then F Cleveland LeBron, because what else do you do in Cleveland? I don't know.
I can tell you're really into basketball.
Yeah, sorry, I don't.
Totally cool. Casey.
Yeah, I hate basketball, but I will say that I am from Florida, and I know some crazy stuff happens in Florida, so gotta go with fucking Miami. I love LA. My heart's in LA now, so I'm gonna go marry LA LeBron, and Cleveland is just no. So we're gonna kill that.
All right. Damn, I'm gonna go for the like LeBron persona of each of those teams. I'm definitely killing Miami LeBron. Lauren, you kind of had it right. LeBron was in Cleveland, left, went to Miami, then went back to Cleveland. So Miami LeBron was just like one big mistake, and I don't want to deal with that. I'm going to F Cleveland LeBron because he won a championship there. He was basically the entire team, basically the owner. And so that's just kind of like, gets it done, performs well. And then finally, I'm 100% marrying Los Angeles LeBron. I'm a Lakers fan from the Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones days, so I'm ready for a lifetime of happiness with him. Can't wait for it. And we'll just kind of get on with our lives together. All right, we did it. We made it through. Now all you have to do is tell me who's going to take the belt home on Friday, probably evening or night, I guess. And let's go. Lauren, you're up. Who's taking it home?
I'm going to say shots fired.
All right, Casey.
Shots fired.
Sybil?
How dare y'all? Right here. All right, well, I would just like Matt Kemp to know 28-inch waist. I've been doing abs things, and I am ready to wear the belt. And so I'm going to say stay puffed, knock on wood.
I love it. Yeah, I'm going to go with our team too. I'm going to say stay puffed. I just lost to shots fired in a championship round, and I don't want to do it again. Ladies, you've been excellent guests. Excited to see everybody, whether you get in on Thursday or Friday morning. And good luck to everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on here. If you have anything to shout out, now's the time before we sign off.
I have one thing. After Casey,
I've got nothing.
Got nothing. Okay, so my roommate and I are like very type A, and could you tell I was type A? Like, if anything, gave it away. So we have a Chicago events spreadsheet and itinerary like planned out for all the days that we're not playing in the tournament. Obviously, I left time to play the championship, but there are some holes in my itinerary, and I just wanted to go ahead and blast out there that I have 2 spots open for a reservation at Cindy's Rooftop on Thursday night, and I have 1 spot open for Girl and the Goat Saturday night. So if anyone is not playing co-ed and you want a bougie meal that I had to book 6 months in advance, I'm a girl. Send a DM. I'm here for you.
Okay, I just want to say that you are absolutely adorable.
Yeah, you're beautiful. You've been wonderful.
Functioning. I've had 3 gin cocktails. So I'm staying at home, and my mom has come in. I've texted her, and she's like kept filling my drink.
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
She's a good lady.
All right, ladies, you've been wonderful. Good luck this weekend, and see you all on Friday.
All right, see ya.
Thank you.